Well, hello to you. Welcome to my first video. In this channel, I'm trying to teach how to programming, and you're gonna learn so much about how to program, how programming works, and who is the programmers, and what's the difference between a programmer and the coder. That is what we are gonna do today. So I'm gonna give you some explanations, and maybe in a couple of videos we're gonna get to writing the code even. So programming is all about solving the problems. So if you enjoy solving the problems, programming is made for you. I mean, there are other ways to solving the problems, but in programming you can solve others' problems and get paid. I mean, isn't it easy? But it's all not about the money. So in programming, we're gonna solve the problems using some steps and some clear step-by-step solutions, which we call it algorithm. So we can split the programming into two parts. I mean, let's be a bit specific about this. I haven't even tried to write something with my touchpad, so pardon me, or yeah, I mean, it has two M's. Excuse me for my bad handwriting, because I haven't even practiced that, programming and coding. Whenever we are talking about someone writing a software or program, we have two parts, programming and the coding. Programming part is to design an algorithm. What is algorithm? It's a step-by-step solution to solve a specific problem. That's the definition of algorithm. So if you have ever had or designed an algorithm, I just go with algo. I mean, it's hard to write with this. And the coding is a representation of this algorithm in any other programming languages, which in this course we're gonna use Python, but it doesn't really matter which language are you trying to write into, because all these matters came from algorithm. With a bad algorithm, your software won't work the way that you intended to do. It doesn't matter which language are you using, or which operating system are you using. As long as your algorithm is not effective and not solving the problem the way you intended to, your software is not able to do that either, because the code you write is a representative of your algorithm. So by these explanations, you already informed that first thing in if you want to be a software developer, first thing you're gonna learn, or first thing you're gonna how do I say it? I mean, the first thing you need to know is how to design an algorithm. So this is our focus for this session, and let's go for it. So every algorithm can be represented into two ways. The first way is to just write the algorithm. We call it writing. And the first method is with something we call flowchart, which I'm representing with F, or let's be specific about this flow chart. I mean, my handwriting is awful with touchpad. So we're gonna write the algorithm first. I mean, we call it a step by step, so we have to be specific about anything. And then we're gonna reach the flowchart, and what is the flowchart, and what does it do, and what does it show, and what's the good of it. Alright, I'm gonna remove this part because we're gonna write a simple algorithm. The simplest algorithm you ever can write is hello world. And this is the first mini app that everybody has been learned how to write. It just says hello world, and that's it. It doesn't do anything else. It has zero computation. It has some computation to rendering the word through word and something like that, but it has zero arithmetic calculation. We don't do anything with the numbers or inputs or anything. We just say hello world. Alright, the algorithm has some specific properties than any other solution that you might provide for a certain problem. Let's say this way: you have to be specific about any step. You cannot be ambiguous. You cannot say something that doesn't mean at all. You are stuck with some certain operations that you have to use them for solving your problems. And also, your algorithm must end. That's an important step. If your algorithm doesn't end, it means it doesn't solve the problem, because it doesn't end. How could an endless solution can solve a problem? When you solve the problem, your problem has ended, because you are done with that. That's a solved problem, not an open problem. So your algorithm must have an ending step. And also, at the other hand, you have to point that where is the start? Where does this solution even start? You cannot start from the middle or the last step or anything. You have to start from the start part. You have to end the algorithm. So we have already two steps of our algorithm, which is first start. It's supposed to be start. You can read it, right? Just let me know in the comments, or tell me if it's really not satisfying. And the last step, I'm gonna write it without any number. I don't know which step part is this, is finish. I just go with F because, or it's not an F word, so finish. That's it. That's the start point and the end point of my algorithm. I haven't specified the step number of finish because I don't know how many other steps I have here. It could be the step 4, step 5, step 6, or even step 268. So it could be a long algorithm, a large one. So in real life we don't get that large. I mean, this algorithm is supposed to write a hello world. So after we started the algorithm, I mean, after the solution has been started, the second step is to print I wish I could write with my keyboard. I don't know how can I write this with this app called Paintbrush. Print. After that, we go with quotations. This is the representation of text. That means we're gonna write a text here or string. But this string is a bit different with the text. It means it's a string of characters, which characters are, every character can be represented by an integer, and that's how ASCII works. But we are not here to learn ASCII or anything like that, so let's move on that. So that means we are gonna write a text, and don't worry, soon you will understand what other gibberish looking things are working. So we wanna print a text called hello world. So I just write HW, which is abbreviation of hello and world, and this is done almost. I mean, I have solved the problem of writing hello world. So my finish step is the third step. So that's it. That is the algorithm of writing hello world. We start the solution, we print the hello world, and then we are done. That's it. That's very simple. And if we want to code this, it would be only one line. I mean, at least in Python. In C++, it could be 4 or 5 lines. Depends to you to use stdlibs or not. And in Java, it could be, let me see, 6 or 7 lines, because I prefer to put every curly bracket in a single line. So we have a class, we have a function in Java. Yeah, that's going to be a bit complicated. Java is not a good language for starters, for newcomers and beginners, because it suddenly starts with object-oriented programming, and that's a bit hard to understand. So you're gonna go with something like PHP or Python or C++, because they allow you to go with non-functional, not object-oriented things, and object-oriented is optional in Python. So I mean, that could be an easy language to start with. And we're gonna start with Python, of course. And alright, I said every algorithm could be represented into two ways. One way is writing, I showed it here, and the other way is flowchart. So I have written the algorithm here, and we have the start, print, and finish, and I want to represent it into flowchart. I mean, with flowchart we have certain shapes that mean we have certain shape that every shape has a meaning. For example, if we start with oval, it could be start or end. We have a start and end. We're gonna use oval for it, and we have to tell this is a start and this is our finish line here. After start, we're gonna do something like that, and then we're gonna reach to finish the algorithm. So for writing, we use a specific shape, which is like a rectangle, but it has a tail like that, which could be like a bubble of message in WhatsApp or Telegram or something like that. That's the representing of the word print that we used here. So we don't write print because the shape tells us it's a print. So hello world, which is here, and this is our algorithm, and after that we're gonna reach the finish line. This is our flowchart and our algorithm. So you have so far learned the definition of algorithm, and you even wrote your first algorithm and drew your first flowchart, which is perfect. I mean, if you haven't even know what are them, this is them. And you're gonna learn more about them later in coming videos. I'm recording these videos in my spare time, so there could be a delay in between because I'm not dedicated to my channel yet, and I have my job, and so basically I'm gonna record any video every often that I had in the spare time. So if you are new to this channel, I mean, I would be very happy to see you, and if you had anything to do with me, I mean, if you have ever wanted to talk, you could email me or find me in social medias. I mean, whatever it is. My name is Siavush, and I wish the best for you. You can always find me in social media with my name, which is Siavush. Siavush. Yup. S and H. This is my Telegram handle, so feel free to text me. And in Instagram, I believe I have 3 O's because the double O's has been already taken. I mean, you could just text me if you need anything or had any questions. Feel free to DM me. I don't mind. You shouldn't be. And have a nice day.